Hi friends, just last week I was walking by the sea and there was this flower seller. I picked up some plants from him and one of them is this beautiful mogra plant. I wish you could just get the fragrance of this flower. It is just amazing. Early in the morning the fragrance just comes into the house. It's really gorgeous and beautiful. And I also have these 3 new rose plants now. The flower seller that day, he didn't have these plants and I requested him to get me roses which have fragrance. He had a few but they were without fragrance, and he traveled 2 hours to this place called Karjat, and they have a lot of plant nurseries there, and he handpicked these and he got them delivered to my home. So it was really sweet of him, and I can't tell you the fragrance that this rose has. It is just gorgeous. I also picked up this chili plant from him. It's already flowering and fruiting, as you can see, and since I've had such bad luck with my peppers, I hope to salvage this plant, maybe prune it after these chilies are gone, and then try to grow it from there. And the second plant that I took was the curry leaf over here. Transplanted it, put in compost, vermicompost, and mulched it heavily. And if any of you guys are having any issue with the curry leaf plant, I think that would apply mostly to Indian growers. It's used a lot in Indian cooking. You should check out California Gardening's episode on how to grow curry leaf plant. He just does a wonderful job, and the mistakes that he points out, when you hear that, I'm sure you will laugh because it's exactly what everybody does. It's a great episode to watch and learn how to make your curry leaf plant flourish. These are my curry leaf plants that have been growing now, say since around 6 months or so, and they're doing really well. This is the lemongrass that had rooted, and I have put it in this sack, and the sack below is resting. It is going to be my tomato container for the next season, which will start in August. So I've put in cow manure. I've also put in the dried stems and leaves of the previous tomato plants, so that all of that will compost by the time the rains are over. And in the meanwhile, since this space is vacant, I have put the lemongrass sack over here. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about my dilemma. Now, if you remember, this tomato plant is my Abu Rawan, and it's been growing in this container since 13th of February. So it has taken this plant a good 2 months to get to this lanky growth, and that too after I started supplementing many of my plants with an 888 foliar feed. Up till now I was just adding organic amendments, and the plants were just struggling. They wouldn't flourish the way they are supposed to. And in fact, the next one here is also an Abu Rawan, and a container fell on this and I had to prune it, and see the difference between the two. It is just stuck and stagnant over there. The leaves look a bit odd, so probably after I film this today, I'm going to remove that plant, so that at least the one plant that is there in the container can get sufficient nutrition. The plants are flowering, but nothing has set yet. So what I do is, like when I'm inspecting my garden, I just give the stems a gentle shake like this. That's in the hope that the flowers will pollinate, but I really don't know. And this is the other Abu Rawan. This is in such a big container. It's alone. There is no overcrowding. There's just 2 basil plants here that are also taking their own sweet time to grow. Now with this container I did everything right from A to Z. Everything that needed to be done I have done. The soil is healthy. There's enough life here, as you can see. Like when I move away the soil, you can see that there are enough worms and it's organic and everything is fine, but I don't know why the plants don't flourish. They should. If I'm doing everything right, what is the reason for the plants not flourishing? So this has been very frustrating for me now. Is it a case of too many worms? Can that be a problem? And all of my containers are like this because some cocoons and small worms do get transferred from the vermicompost to the containers. So this is how it is, and yet none of my plants are thriving like I want them to. Look at this. So I don't understand why my plants should struggle and not thrive like all the YouTube channels. When they put up their tomato plants, they have a thick stem and very stout and very healthy, and here I have a lanky plant. And what is the reason for this? This plant also has started showing some better growth now after I have given it a foliar spray of 888. And then my borage, I sowed these seeds in December and it has started flowering since maybe 5 weeks or so, but this plant also was struggling big time and it had a lot of aphids initially, and I believe when the plant is weak, that's when the aphids come in, and they don't come in on a strong plant. So if my last upload about the unseasonal rains, this plant I wasn't sure whether it would survive that, but then it did. And then what I started doing is I started putting the foliar spray of 888 every week, and after that the plant has shown some recovery. The aphids have reduced and the plants have been flowering, but unfortunately not a single bee comes to this borage plant, and I have not understood that why. And they just seem to love the basil blooms here. Like right now it's almost 4 p.m, so there aren't too many bees, but when it's noon they're just flocking to these blooms, and they've completely ignored my borage, and I didn't understand that. Now my dilemma is this: after putting in so much effort and trying to grow organic, and this is just a hobby, obviously it's not going to feed even one person, the amount of space that I have 10 big containers, and then the smaller spaces that are there, I'm going to use the sacks like this one so that I can maneuver them into those small spaces and still have enough potting mix so that I can grow healthy flowering plants. And I think I should spray them with an 888 because carrying the organic tag isn't doing me any great benefit. And anyway, since I'm doing a container garden, it wouldn't matter, and I just feel that I should get more returns for the amount of work that I'm putting in. And now in my monkey window, if you can see these plants, they are the Tithonia or the Mexican sunflower. They haven't flowered yet, and these two plants were also struggling big time in this organic container. And when I started spraying the 888 on the tomatoes and the borage, I started spraying on these as well, and in a matter of 3 weeks these plants have really shot up. So that's a decision taken for me that I'm going to use a foliar spray of 888 and change my tagline from organic container gardening to semi-organic. I will still keep the soil organic and not use any fertilizer in the soil, but definitely I'm going to use a foliar spray to increase the production of whatever I'm growing, whether it is vegetables or flowers. I'd like it to be a garden that is successful. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Have a great day.